country name of Canada mean to you?
Well, I think it means it's a land of hope. My family came here 90 years ago from Italy for a better life, and there was no other choice for them but Canada. And specifically here in North Bay, there was so much opportunity. 3 railways, Highway 11 and 17 intersected, so it meant jobs, meant being able to put food on the table. So it was really, coming out of a really tough area of the world at a tough time, and it was just a real land of hope.
As Trade Minister, you come back to Canada after going all over the world. What makes you happy to call Canada home?
Yeah, look, I travel a lot as the Trade Minister for Ontario. I travel all over the world. And everywhere I go, they say the same 2 things. In this really turmoil-filled world, post-pandemic, really uncertain yet what's going to happen, Russia's war on Ukraine, the China disrupting supply chains. It's just a really tumultuous world, and they look at Canada as a beacon of light. They all say that, no matter which country. The second thing they all say, Canada is safe. It's safe for their employees, and safe for their executives, and safe for their families. And so as I fly home to Canada from around the world, it's this feeling of comfort that comes over you when you see the land for the first time.
What does it mean to you to be elected by other Canadians to represent them in provincial parliament?
Well, I think it's really important. We have a democracy. It's not like this everywhere in the world. And I've been to countries where it's just plain and simply not like this. So we have such freedom to speak your mind, freedom to exercise your right to vote and to put elected officials in. And it is, I think we should all be very grateful, especially to the men and women who fought so hard for us to have those freedoms here in Canada. It may not have ended up the way it is if it weren't for those brave men and women.
What are some of the highlights of your time serving as a parliamentarian?
I look back at my years in the early 2000s as mayor, where I think we restored hope, and we certainly restored solvency to the city. And now, in my 4th term as an MPP, 2nd term as a cabinet minister, you have that availability in your hands to change people's lives. And I think about the 650,000 men and women who are going to work today who didn't have a job 5 years ago. And I take real joy, and there's a real sense of accomplishment when you see that. 85,000 businesses opened in Ontario last year. I think about the 60,000 nurses we hired in 5 years. I think about the 30,000 long-term care beds that we're building, including 3 builds here in North Bay alone. I think about the schools that we're building. I think of the 50 hospitals we're building. I think about bringing the Northlander back. So I have a real sense of gratitude to the people who put me in this position to turn around and do those kinds of things.
What does it mean to you to say, I am Canadian?
It's a huge sense of pride. They look for that Canadian pin on your lapel. I wear it with pride when I'm overseas. I think it's really important to let people know that Canada's here. And certainly there's an instant respect that you feel from the people. They love Canadians all around the world. They love Canadians. And so I wear my Canadian pin with pride.